Hello everyone, welcome to Dnyanadeep Academy. So this is our daily answer writing series in which we are discussing UPSC mains PYQ. Now I have one more question from geography section. So question is, the interlinking of rivers can provide viable solutions to the multi-dimensional interrelated problems of drought, floods and interrupted navigation, right? So here we have 2-3 issues made in a single layer, right? So we have to discuss about river interlinking. That is one problem. At the same time, this particular question is highlighting problems faced by India as droughts, floods and interrupted navigation, and how now this river interlinking is going to help into these particular issues. That is something I am supposed to address. So I will be giving explanation how river interlinking is going to solve this problem. But if I read the directive word, that is critically examine, so I have a directive word. When it is saying critically examine, I have to give a explanation ki how my problem is going to get solved. At the same time, I am also supposed to highlight the challenges or the issues which are going to rise as a result of my actions, right? So we are going to have river interlinking, but then it will also result into some issues. That is something you are supposed to highlight. You cannot write a lopsided or one-sided answer. If you just end up writing ki how river interlinking is good and what all problems are going to get solved as a result of river interlinking, then you are going to score less in this particular question because you have not addressed the other part of the question, right? Now moving on to introduction, let us see how I can introduce. There are two ways generally we introduce. One is fact based introduction, other is definition based introduction. If I go into this particular part, there is absolutely no way I can introduce with a definition. There is nothing. Don't try to define river interlinking, right? There is absolutely no use because the term itself is self-explanatory. Clear? Now what I am going to do, I am going to try a fact based introduction which is going to take me back to the question. What I am saying, question is highlighting problems, right? I am going to talk about the spatial variation in rainfall. Why do we need river interlinking in the first place? Because not all regions of India are receiving same quantity of rainfall, right? And the moment I am saying that spatial variation is there with space within every region, I have different quantity of rainfall. Some regions are receiving very less rainfall. Some regions are receiving very high rainfall. The moment this is mentioned, I'm directly taking you again to the question, because question is talking about droughts and question is talking about floods. Now it may happen that I'm not able to answer this navigation wala part, so that is fine. You cannot have a very complete solution, but at least what is my approach? Whenever I am introducing, I should be able to take you back to the question, or I should be able to link to the question. So that is how I am going to choose. You may also choose anything from recent example, like I have Ken-Betwa river interlinking. That can also be your introduction. Ki recently we are thinking over this particular river interlinking project, and it is going to then solve Bundelkhand and Bagelkhand's flood and drought issues, right? So again, look at my introduction. If I'm saying Ken-Betwa river interlinking, I'm taking you back to the question. So that is how you are supposed to introduce, right? So think over these introductions. Maybe you will have to write one introduction. It will not work. Think it again, maybe day after tomorrow or some later time. You will be in a position to have a good introduction. Okay. So that is about introduction. Let us move on to the body part. In body, I have made two sections. So obviously it very straightforward question. I have to mention what are the advantages of river interlinking, and then I have to go forward to issues and challenges pertaining to river interlinking. So these are the two parts. Though this particular question doesn't directly tell you that there are two parts, but indirectly if you interpret, there you are going to see two parts. Now everyone knows what are the advantages of river interlinking, so on and so forth. This is very static. I'm not going to explain this particular part. In issues and challenges, I have like used some terminologies: geographical challenges, environmental challenges, political challenges, so on and so forth. So what are the advantages is one part. Now in advantages, look at the three terms which we are there, ki how river interlinking is going to solve these three problems: drought, flood, and internal navigation. Okay, so that is something you have to anyway explain. That is directly mentioned in the question itself, but your answer should not limit to what has been mentioned in the question. If you can extend other things, please mention other things as well, or other advantages as well, right? Now, in challenges, I have fairly addressed what type of issues and challenges which can come over here. You can make these categories, and then there will be further sub points, right? Moving to the other part, one thing which is very necessary here is map, right? You have to put a map here. You will have to show a couple of river interlinking projects in India. Take India's map, draw India's map, and show some river interlinking projects. Additionally, one more thing I have to do, put a lot of examples, right? You can have these examples over here. In each and every single question, try putting example. Now, these examples you are supposed to prepare when you are preparing topic itself. Other than that, one more practice if you can do is to have a case study. Just prepare some case study on river interlinking and how that particular river interlinking project has solved many problems. At the same time, it has resulted into some challenges as well. Now, you have to take it in a very positive note, right? Whenever I am saying challenges are there, I am not directly rejecting ki nahi, river interlinking nahi zala pahiye. That is not something I am saying, right? I am just highlighting challenges. See, we are going for river interlinking, but then there are challenges. So you will have to have such a case study prepared, and then go to way forward. In way forward, whatever challenges you have identified or challenges you have highlighted, give a solution towards that, right? How that challenge or how those challenges can be overcome and what needs to be done here onward. So that is how you are supposed to approach this question. So try preparing content first, and then try to rewrite this particular answer. So thank you everyone. We'll see you in next session.